Discipline is not hard. What's hard is fighting the habit you've trained your mind to love. If discipline feels easy for others but painful for you, this video will explain why and how you can change it. You wake up early and you tell yourself, or you promise yourself, I'll be serious today. Hours later, you are scrolling on social media. You procrastinate, you tell yourself, I'll do it later, and that later becomes a day that never comes. And perhaps there is someone who wakes up early, stays consistent, stays focused, like it's normal. And you're asking yourself, what is wrong? There's nothing wrong. It's just that you were trained differently. So in this video, I am going to explain why discipline feels easy for others but hard for you. Number one is you need to understand that discipline is a skill, not talent. You see, there are differences between a skill and a talent. A talent might be something you were born with. A skill is something you develop. Now, let me tell you something. The people will admire, the people we see that, or the people we call disciplined, they didn't wake up like that. They did boring things until those boring things became normal to their brain. It is at that junction that we now call them disciplined. Discipline is just repeating boring stuffs daily until the boring stuffs becomes normal to you. That is discipline. Discipline is not something you are gifted. No. And then the second thing is lack of clarity. You see, you cannot be disciplined on something you are not clear about. In order for you to be disciplined, you must be specific. You say, what do I want? This is the particular area I want to work on. So if you know the area you want to work on, that is when it will be easy, very easy for you to work on. So you don't just wake up and tell yourself, I want to be disciplined. What exactly do you want to be disciplined on? Be specific. Okay, let me just ask you, what do you want? Do you know what you want? Then if you know what you want, that's the first step. Clarity, knowing what you want, because most people don't know what they want. And then the third thing is structure. Lack of structure. You see, a disciplined man isn't disciplined because he depends on his muscle or strength. No, he's disciplined because he depends on structure. He depends on routines. Create the easiest method for you to be able to achieve whatever thing you are doing, or to be disciplined on whatever thing you are doing, is to have structure. I read something somewhere. If you don't have structure, or if you don't have routines for your day, your life will have no direction. Having routines for your day is just like telling yourself, this is where I will go to, this is what I will do, this is how I will do it in order for me to get what I want. That is exactly what it is. Create routines for your day. If you want everything to move smoothly for you, create routines. What do you want? By 2 o'clock, I am going to do this. By 3 o'clock, I am going to do this. That is how you need to do it. There are no two ways about it, because you see, if you don't create routines for your day, before you realize, you carry your phone, you scroll. Before you realize, the time will be 6 p.m. That's in the evening. And the day is gone. So you create routines. You tell yourself, in 30 minutes time, or let's say you are doing something now, and you tell yourself, in 30 minutes time, this is what I am going to do. In 30 minutes time, in 40 minutes, in 45 minutes time, this is what I am going to do. That will be very easy for you. And then the fourth thing is repetition. You see, at the start of this video, I said something. I said the people we see as disciplined people, they didn't wake up disciplined. They did boring stuff repeatedly until it became normal to their brain. So a time will come when what you are doing will become very, very boring. It will become very, very boring. That if care is not taken, that is where most people give up. Repetition. Since they don't see any result, they say, okay, oh, let me give up. That is where most people give up. If you know what you want, create routines for it, and then the third thing is repetition. Make sure you do it consistently. The bridge between where you are and where you want to be is consistency. So you don't need to leave consistency behind. No, consistency needs to stay with you wherever you are. It needs to stay with you because you need it. Wherever you are going to, you need consistency. You need to be consistent. You need to be consistent. Repetition. This is where most people give up. Everything becomes boring, and by that they give up. They give up. You will not give up. Yeah, I know you will not give up. So the fifth thing here is identity. When you've done the second, third, fourth, and then the fifth one is identity, discipline now becomes you. Discipline no longer becomes someone to you, but you now become the discipline because you've passed the first, second, third, fourth stage. Now, even when you don't have results to show, you keep moving. That is how it is. You keep moving. It's called identity. You now become the discipline. You no longer see reason to give up on what you are doing. You no longer see reason to procrastinate. When the time comes for you to do what you need to do, you wake up and do it. That is how it is. And then you see, the final thing why discipline feels hard for you is you try to change everything at once. No, it's not like that. This is one of the reasons why people feel like what they do. Because since you want to develop something, you don't master everything or you don't get everything overnight. It's a gradual process. Now, in the life of a baby must first learn to crawl before that baby learns to stand, before he or she learns to walk, before he or she learns to run. That is how it is. Every step, every procedure is very, very crucial, and it can't be ignored. You can't ignore them. You trying to ignore them, there are consequences that come with it. So you stay there. Don't try to change everything at once. If it is reading, you want to start reading, or if it is a skill you want to learn, and you are finding it very difficult, let's say you start with 5-10 minutes. That is how it is. You don't say I'll start with 3 hours. No. If you do it for 3 days, you stop. If this video spoke to you, kindly subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you very much.